A lot of people fear that work is becoming increasingly precarious. More and more employers don't want to be lumbered with the inflexibility and expense of full-time employees, so they are putting the people who work for them at arm's length. Work is becoming more part-time and casual. Employers are employing people indirectly via labour hire companies, or they're cutting their employees adrift, creating the pretense they're self-employed. It all sounds pretty bleak, but it's not something I worry about. Why not? Because though it's true there's a lot of part-time and casual jobs, about 30%, there's little evidence that employment is becoming more precarious or that people are spending less time in a job before being pushed out. People have been predicting for more than a decade that more of us would end up with a portfolio of scrappy jobs or be moving from one short-term contract to another, but it hasn't happened yet. Of course, it may just be around the corner, but I'm not convinced it is. Indeed, I won't be surprised if many workers' jobs become more secure rather than less. Remember that the way employers treat their workers is largely a function of demand and supply. When the supply of people wanting jobs exceeds employers' demand for workers, employers become choosy about who they're prepared to hire and who they aren't. Similarly, they're more cavalier in the way they treat their staff and the demands they make on them. Why worry if they get fed up and leave when there's plenty more where they came from? But when the demand for workers exceeds their supply, the tables are turned. That's when workers become choosier about who they're prepared to work for, and bosses have to try a lot harder to attract and retain the people they need. The other thing to remember is that the more skilled workers are, the better they get treated. That's because, almost by definition, skilled workers are in less supply, and there's more to lose if they have to be replaced. The information age and the rise of the knowledge economy mean employers are becoming ever more reliant on highly skilled workers, particularly those who understand the peculiarities of that employer's business. Add to that the retirement of the baby boomers and the ageing of the population, with more people leaving the workforce and fewer young people joining it, and you see that the balance of supply and demand is about to swing in the workers' favour. My bet is that employers won't be trying to get away from their workers, they'll be trying to bind them closer. The future for workers is brighter than many people imagine.